Hi there, it's Montina Portis here, and we are in the studio. I'm excited about our guest today because not only is she gorgeous, she is probably one of the smartest women that I know personally. So let me introduce to you Dr. Roshawnna Novellus. She's a wealth and mindfulness multiplier, business strategist, and author that uses smarter financial decisions, mindfulness, compassion, entrepreneurship, and fitness to create a fabulous life. Now, looking at her, you can tell that she is helping others create a fabulous life. But let me read you a little bit about Dr. Novellus. She holds a Doctor of Science in Systems Engineering with a minor in Finance from George Washington University, a Master of Science in Information Technology, emphasizing Information System Engineering, a Bachelor of Arts in Business Management Economics, and a Bachelor of Science in Computer Engineering, achieving summa cum laude in each. Now, one is difficult, but in each. Plus, as a federally licensed enrolled agent, she represents taxpayers in front of the IRS and has also passed the Series 7 exam. She's a member of the National Association of Tax Professionals and a member of the National Association of Enrolled Agents. She attended the National Tax Practice Institute and American Society of Tax Problem Solver certification programs. Okay, not only just that, but she also has a financial firm, Novellus Financial, that provides business consulting and financial strategy to small and mid-level businesses interested in hands-on assistance and maximizing wealth and reaching their goals. Now, I even could read more because she's just fabulous. She's kind. I actually heard her speak at an event, actually noticed and followed you on Twitter. So I'm excited to have you in the studio. So thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for inviting me to join you. This is awesome.
Yeah, so she calls herself online the Wealthy Yogi. So
Yes.
tell us a little bit about how you came up with the Wealthy Yogi.
So,
this is a treat for those of you. I've heard the story, but it's a treat.
So I've always been into mindfulness training. Since I was about 27, I had a part of my life where I focused on fitness and meditation, but it was always compartmentalized. So in 2014, I decided it was time for me to put that as my number one priority. So I went to Thailand for 6 weeks, stayed in an ashram, and studied yoga. And I realized there that mindfulness should be integrated with every single thing we do. I had an aha moment that just made me switch up and define the Wealthy Yogi. Now, being in Thailand wasn't what I expected. I thought I was going to be this hardcore, sweaty yoga, and I would come back looking like a fitness model. But it was more of a meditative practice where we had to study philosophy and learn the intrinsic nature of yoga. And after that, I realized that we have everything that we need in life if we have the right perspective. And after that, I said, I need to help my finance clients with this information and teach them about mindfulness, teach them how to be more harmonious with the world.
I love that.
Yeah.
She brings it kind of down. So when you're talking about the businesses and clients, what type of client do you work with? You know, I'm a full-time business owner or startup. Right. Who's that ideal client for you?
I usually work with people who are creatives or investors, real estate investors, investors in businesses, or people in technology, because I have a background in all three areas. Mm-hmm. But essentially, all of these business owners have in common is they must understand the practice of mindfulness and really want to live a more stress-free, balanced life. If you don't think that that's important to you, you probably won't want to work with me, because I think that's very, very important. So,
yeah, it does. It is important. Now, one thing that I noticed I did not mention, I had to bring up, was $600,000 in scholarships. So how did you achieve $600,000 or earn $600,000 in scholarships for college?
Yeah, well, my mom always worked really hard, and she was a teacher, and I was determined for her not to worry about me going to college. Oh. And so I met with my guidance counselors and said, what do I have to do to go to college for free? And they told me study engineering, be captain of the cheer squad, valedictorian, apply for all these scholarships. I was like, okay. And so back when we had libraries, I found scholarship books, and they had addresses for organizations that had awards. And so I typed up a letter, mailed it to every single organization, even organizations such as the Elks Club in Hawaii. I mailed them, told them what my aspirations were, and asked them for the chance to apply for their scholarship whenever they had a scholarship program. Based on that process, I got at least 50 responses, and I applied and I was awarded tons and tons of scholarships, so much so that I had to return a lot of the money because there was no additional need. So I was able to pay in full for all 11 years of my college.
11. Wow.
11 years, 4 degrees, both public and private institutions. So I was able to have a step ahead of a lot of my peers because I didn't have any school debt when I finished school.
And that's great, because I can tell you I have student loan debt, and it is just,
It doesn't go away.
It doesn't go away. It's just and I thought I was going to be a school teacher forever, so I'm like, oh, yeah, I'll just teach in a certain school district. They'll forgive the loans. After a couple of years, I'm like, no, this isn't going to work. It's not at all. So let me ask you, based on everything that you've accomplished to date,
okay.
One of my favorite authors is Dennis Kimbrough, one of my favorites. And I often will ask people that I believe just are leading these fulfilling lives, what makes the great great?
Spending it with others and appreciating the moment, right? A lot of times we're doing these wonderful things like going on vacation, but we're thinking about what we have to do when we get back home, right? So to be great in life is to be able to be where you are right now, enjoy what you have right now, participate in the gratitude practice, and just enjoy. Yeah.
Well, there you have it. Dr. Roshawnna Novellus in the studio with us today, and she just exudes peace and joy and happiness and wealth. It's important for us to achieve wealth in life. So thank you so much for being in the studio with us.
Thank you for having me. This was so much fun.
You'd like to be a guest in the studio, all of our information is below. We'd love to have you here. And if you'd like to get in touch with Dr. Roshawnna, all her information is right here on the screen. Get in contact with her. Follow her on Twitter. She's so sweet there. It's so fun to interact with her, and definitely link with her on LinkedIn. We'll see you next time in the studio.